faces in the mirror. Lost souls searching for a savior. In a world gone mad and toxic waste, I rise up from the shattered place. Jagged edges cutting through the smoke. Words like knives ain't some kind of joke. Revolution starts with broken chains. I'm the storm in your hurricane. I'm the new cult of personality. Break the system, bring your sanity. Raging fire, burn the old decree. In the chaos, you'll be following me. Mystic whispers echo through the halls. Old gods tremble, walls will fall. In the ashes lies the prophecy. Scars and power all inside of me. Rusty bridges fracture in the night. Desperate hands reaching for the light. I'm the message carved into your skin. Where the end is where we all begin. I'm the new cult of personality. Break the system, bring your sanity. Raging fire, burn the old decree. In the chaos, you'll be following me.
Welcome to Random Nonsense. All opinions expressed on this show don't always reflect the beliefs of the people on this show. There will be some adult themes and references. We are all adults. If you are young, ask an adult for permission before watching. And remember, it's all for fun. JJ.
Oh wow, there's pictures in this book. Look,
Dude, we're on.
Jimmy
We're
gave me
live.
a book with pictures.
Dude, we're
I
live.
can read it better.
We're live, dude.
I was reading Conan that I got from Jimmy while we were out in Arkansas.
Oh, man.
I got this cool Conan book.
That's crazy because I got
You
this.
got one too.
Oh,
I know it's not a Thursday, but for some reason here we are doing what we do best.
yes.
I gotta squeeze. Oh no, I
Back
knocked
in
over my
the,
dog.
in more familiar territory.
It is
um,
definitely more familiar territory.
I'd
You're
say
back
better.
in Studio 79, and I'm back in Random Nonsense.
Yeah, I wish I was back at the 18 Hertz compound. I'm not gonna lie.
You and me
It's-
both.
It's been sad. Hi, Haley. I mean, not
Hi,
sad,
kiddo.
but it's been different being back.
It-
It's like
I wouldn't use the word sad, but like
yeah, that was a bad.
I would say it definitely affirms the connection we have with them and with us and so forth and so
Yeah.
on. Like it is one of those feelings that like when we're all together, it feels like a tight knit family. Like we're all like really we blend well together. It's very comfortable. It's very natural. It's a nice thing.
It was. It really was.
So it makes sense.
It
But
does.
we are here on a Sunday to bullshit a little bit. I've got some toys I brought back with me from Arkansas, and when I got back, I got one in the mail. So figure we'll do a little unboxing and a bit of chatting about something that we did this past week that I'm still been trying to wrap my fucking head around the fact that we just filmed a movie, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Like everything I do now feels a little weirder than it did
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, huh.
It was funny. I was outside yesterday after my niece's graduation, and we're out in the back, and it was a little bit humid here, nothing like it was in Arkansas. And I'm out there in my magic shirt and my jeans, and Tua just looks at me. He's like, "What have you done with Hefty?" I was like, "Yeah, I know." I was like, "Well, I've been more humid, man," and it was definitely not as humid. I mean, it was humid, but it was nowhere near as during the shoot.
Nowhere near as bad. I mean, even today, like compared to what we shot in, today's like super comfortable.
It was gorgeous. What a gorgeous day.
Wow, this is nice.
Yeah, yeah.
I do have to say, you got a tan. I got a tan. You definitely look a little bit more like red than
I got the
usual.
hold on. We'll show the hold on. where I had the beater on, but I missed with sunscreen. Well, just one day, you can see
Oof.
right there
You're still super red.
that whole piece.
Damn.
That was sunscreen, and then you can even tell on the other side too. I'd have to pull the shirt up for that, but yeah, there's like a ring on the other side where I was like, didn't quite hit it with sunscreen. That was just for one day, so I think overall we were very responsible with everything.
I do too. I actually thought I'd come back a little bit more darker, but being I applied sunscreen every day, I think that's why I didn't come back as dark.
Because we didn't burn. Because we spent our time in the sun. That is, you can't argue that. There was a lot of time spent in the sun. So
there was a shit ton of time spent in the sun.
Wow.
But yeah, so
let's see some of this cool stuff you got, bro.
All right, we'll start with what I brought back with me from Arkansas. So we have Marvel's Black Cat. Oop, my bad. So she's got to come out of the box, which I like though, because now I have an extra arm for my Kingpin figure I own already. So now I have an extra arm I can swap out if I want to, and a new. I'm just trying to do this backwards, and a new cane for mine because I can't find mine. So this actually worked out in my best bit interest. The only thing I don't like about it is her face. If you can see that, her face is kind of wonky.
Pardon me 1 second. I'm getting a phone call real quick.
No worries. And then we got some X-Men. I got a Forge now finally, which I didn't have before, to add on to my X-Men collection. So this is exciting, which is weird because I own most of the collection back here other than the Wolverine here. And this guy on the end I do not own, but now I own everybody else out of this collection. And Blink I will show you next because she's right here as well. Blink is actually one of my favorite X-Men because I like her powers, that she can just make a portal and pop in and out as she goes. So I'm really excited to have her to add to the X-Men collection. And I like that she's not in the traditional X-Men clothes, so it kind of fits better. And then we have Malekith, which I've never had this figure, so this is a whole new figure for me. And other than the Black Knight here on the end, I basically have the entire set of these now. Like, he was the only one. These were the only two I was missing, was him and the Black Knight. If I ever come across the Black Knight, I'll grab him, but it's really cool to have him because now that I have the comic book accurate Thor, this will fit really well with him. So I'm very pumped about that. And then while I was gone, one of my pre-orders came in, and now I have Sagat to go with all the rest of my Street Fighters. And much like Blanca, he's got a pretty hefty fucking box. No pun intended, hefty, of course. But yeah, kind of solid, pretty cool. So basically everything that's come out now I have, except for the Player 2 ones or the San Diego Comic-Con editions or whatnot. So I basically have the set. So I'm kind of pumped about that because I really want to start doing some Marvel versus Capcom photos now, because I have enough Street Fighters, I can put them with any other one of my Marvel figures and make some really cool Marvel versus Capcom figures.
We might have a guest in a couple minutes.
Ooh, okay. Did you happen to see the new backdrop for the chair?
Yes. Oh, yes. I actually have mine. Let's see. I hung mine up. So forgive me here a second. But
you're good. Sorry, I blew that in everybody's face. Not that it was in your face, but if it was, I apologize. Not that it really was, but you know. That is a lot of Kool-Aid. Yeah. We drank a lot of Kool-Aid.
And it's funny because you can kind of not only it looks tie-dyed, but you can see where the overalls were along that line.
Haley wants to know what shirt is that. Well, the one behind me and the one that Hefty was just holding are from the movie we just filmed, where we got a lot of Kool-Aid spilled on us.
There was a lot of Kool-Aid.
It was a lot of Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
So they're like our game-winning jersey shirts now. Like, when we went to Walmart this afternoon, I was trying to look for like frames because I want to frame the shirt and the pants and hang it on the back wall back there. but I think I might need to get one frame. It's
a shadow box. Yeah, you have to have a
Yeah.
shadow box. You have to go
Get
to like
something a little
Michael's
bit
or
bigger.
something. Yeah.
But it's very cool to have these. It's very cool to be home.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
very cool to do what we did. But yeah. So
Life
on that
changing.
note,
That's pretty much how I'm describing that. It was life changing.
life changing is a very good way to put that, because it was a life experience that we shared with a bunch of good people that we can carry. Even if this never goes anywhere, we never do another movie, like this was it. Like, we've done something that a lot of people dream about in their lifetime, never get a chance to do, and we completely did that. And like I said on the shoot, like, it was fun to get a bunch of guys who love movies that much together to film a movie, because we all knew what we wanted out of this movie based on what we enjoy in movies. So I think that's going to make this movie even more
Real quick,
appealing.
you took like a fish to water with that camera. Like, that was pretty much day one. Rachel Aloha, what's going on? Thanks for
What's
watching.
up, guys?
Haley, you can see the movie this October. The premiere is going to be on Groovy's channel. We'll let you guys know it well in advance with everything
Before it comes out, yeah.
Yeah, before everything comes out. Just keep post it to social media. You'll be able to see it. So yeah, it was absolutely. I mean, yeah, and again, I agree with you, JJ. And coming home, it's like I took a lot of that with me. There was a lot of things that put life kind of in perspective.
Yeah,
that I learned on this shoot, and it was not just learning how to make a movie, but there was a lot of life stuff in there too. Which
well, it's like the day of the shoot that you and I were in the same scene together. Like, you were in one place here and I was in one place here. Like, I was set to do it. I was set to roll. You were a bit more nervous, which was weird for me.
I was really anxious. Yeah. And you're being very polite with putting it like that.
And it's weird for me because I'm that person that I very much hate when anyone laughs at me for the things that I do. And I stepped 1,000 feet out of my comfort zone for what we did through this movie. And I never felt more like myself and more alive than being in that moment, being able to just do something I love. Like, the ride home from the airport, I was telling Danielle, like, going back to my everyday job is going to suck. Like, it's not what I want to do now, because now I know exactly. And it's the first time in my life I can tell you exactly what I want to do in my life.
Yeah.
If I never get back in front of a camera other than to do the show, I'm fine with that. If I can be behind a camera 5-6 days a week, I would be happier than a pig in shit, because that was my element. I just, for some reason, that's where I want to be, is behind that camera.
And you did great. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that. For someone who's never done that before, other than still pictures, like, that was my first like live action thing I've ever done. Normally, everything I do is with what I have in here, and it's stills. I move it the way I want it to move. I adjust it the way I want it to adjust. This was the first time I was like, I need to frame this up. I need to look at it in this angle. I need to look at it that angle. And it was just, like you said, it was life-changing for me, because it finally showed me what I'm actually really good at and what I want to do with myself.
And everybody did amazing on the movie. And there were no small parts. There was everybody did amazing on it, and everybody gave it their all, and nobody complained, man. And it was just,
you would think somebody would have been the heat that we were in. Somebody would have.
It was funny because it was like, oh, it's fucking hot, or oh, it's fucking humid, but it was never like, oh, it's too humid, I can't do this, or it was never, oh, it's too hot, I can't do this. Everybody, we were getting yelled at more to go into the shade. Like I think we talked about on your show on Thursdays, we kind of got yelled at more to go in the shade. And we didn't want to, because we're just like, what's the next shot we can get? What's the next scene? What can we do? What can we get? And it's like, no, you guys got to go take a break. It's like, oh, okay. But yeah, it was awesome. So what's the next unboxerunian guy we got here?
Well, the first one I've opened, I already took him out of the box, but I showed everything while you were on the phone. Is already took Malekith out of the box. So right now I'm popping out all the extra parts and stuff, and we'll take a look at him when he gets fully out of the box.
Okay. Are you going to do the curl test, the ball test, as it were?
As I always do, yes. That way I can see if I need to throw him in hot water or whatnot. So far he feels all right. I really haven't moved him much other than this, but that's pretty good movement already. So let's take the ball test. Bend the knees. I don't know. For me, the ball test is my favorite thing to do because if I can curl you into a ball, then I know you're going to be posable enough to stand or move you around as I need without breaking your arms or legs and stuff.
Are there any parts so far that are feeling like locked or rigid or kind of a little bit wonky? Or are you pretty loose on them all so far?
So far, he's probably been the best one I've pulled out of a box. Like everything's quite fluent. It's not tight. Like I feel like he's going to do well on the shelf because
Very
he was just in
nice.
the ball. Now we're trying to stretch him out and see.
And it looks like
But
a good sculpt too.
it's not bad actually. So I never really read the Thor comics. So like Thor's villains, other than what I've seen in the MCU and the tiny bit I do know, is about my knowledge of like Thor villains. So for a Thor villain, he's quite posable and pretty easy to move around. So putting him on my villain shelf and finding a home for him shouldn't be too hard to do.
And that's I'm sorry, what company again that put that out?
This is from Hasbro. It's the Marvel Legends line.
Okay.
So that's mainly, other than like my Turtles, my Street Fighters, like that's mainly the line that I go with is the Marvel Legends. So now he's got a sword in his hand.
How is that? Nice. It's not too bendy or anything.
No, not bad at all. I mean, it's
like
quite
it'll snap as soon as
No, it's actually quite stiff, which I think is nice because I think the pose I want to go for is the one over the shoulder like this. I think that's going to be a good pose for him.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I got to readjust this hand to where I want it, but I think the behind the back like this is where he's going to sit on the shelf. It's kind of like that.
Okay.
And he did come with build-a-figure pieces, which I have an extra hammer and arm for.
That's cool. What's up, Marty? Good to see you, buddy.
For my coal obsidian, which I already have one. You can't see him, unfortunately, because he's on the top shelf of this bookshelf. So it's right at a camera sight. So where this shelf sits right here,
okay,
he's on the next shelf up. So you can't see him, but he's a good size one. But now I have an extra arm if I need it and an extra hammer. So that is a plus.
Movie went phenomenal, Marty. Oh my God, did I not send that to him? Keep talking. I'm going to send this to Marty real quick.
You're fine. But yeah, so I think next one on the docket would be Forge because he was the closest one to me because I had to move the chair up. So now let me cut him open and we'll chat a little bit while we open him up.
Yes.
So I've been going through some of the clips on my phone from the movie, more of the behind the scenes stuff, and I didn't realize how much stuff you got, I got. There's some stuff in there when I handed my phone to Beaners that she got. I'm just like, wow, we have a lot of behind the scenes stuff on this thing.
Yeah, and that was I was telling Tui earlier. One of the MVPs of the movie was your phone because you ran that down to 5-10% every single day.
Yeah, I ran it till it almost died every single day.
Yeah, and Marty, I just sent you in a text a video that beautifully summarizes the entire trip.
Yeah, I got a lot of cool shots from my phone, and I mean, that's the main reason I stick with iPhone because their cameras are usually really good, and a lot of people use them for movies, music videos, and stuff like that. So I was like, that's the main reason I stick to my iPhone. But It was nice to see how good it actually filmed things in.
Yeah, and it really did too. It held up, and I want to get one of those little rigs for my camera too.
Oh, that would be nice.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Because, we got the bug, and there will be another movie that's already been established. Because there's going to be another movie.
Because why not? Or why wouldn't we do another one?
Yeah. And shout out to Beanie. I love Beanie.
She's a great person. Her and I were texting earlier today.
Yeah, she's fantastic. I shot Marcel a personal because I have her number. I shot her just a thank you.
Oh, nice.
Because she is, again, unsung hero of the entire shoot. Set mom.
Her and Amber both.
Yeah. I think Marcy more because it was Marcy's house.
I get what you're saying.
Stacked up in. But yeah, Amber definitely was awesome. She's
so
an amazing lady too.
It looks like for my Forge, I'm gonna have to run his arms under hot water. His elbows are a bit stiff, so stiff. I don't want to bend him too much because I'm afraid that they're going to break because I can get them right about here. and then the tension because he's got the 2 joints, one here and then one down by the wrist. So I don't want to bend him too much until I can get him a little bit more comfortable to stretch out. But he looks great, and I've never had a forge in my collection, so it's very nice to have one. He came with this big old gun and a mini gun. So I got extra guns for extra toys now. And then I have another Build-A-Figure part for Clovis Clave, which is a X-Men villain. Which
Marty
I think
says that's how he feels on the daily, JJ.
That's how I feel on the daily, Marty. Which is funny because I think I have almost all the parts to build him other than I think one arm and the head. Because I think I have the base body, both legs now, and an arm. So I'm missing one arm and the leg, or one arm and the head to finish building him. And then I can add him to my collection. So I'll throw him in my Build-A-Figure tote, which is down there with all the parts of stuff that I've never completed. So it will go in there until he is complete.
Hell yeah.
I put a gun in his hand and see what it looks like. There. So we got the one gun now on the hip, which is nice. And then the one gun in the hand. I think he will fit very well with the rest of my X-Men down there. Well, not down there. They're relatively over there. But down there, over there, it's all the same. So, out of everything that we did for the movie, since I only got like 3 more to open, we'll pause in between, we'll talk a little bit more, and then we'll open a couple more and whatnot. Out of everything we did in the movie, like when I go back through all the shots of my phone that I see, like there's some shots in there I'm like, I could have done that a little bit better. There's some shots I'm like, I don't know how I got that, no clue. And some of them came out super well. Like I was watching the ones you and Trav did together, and I was like, some of the angles I got in that were really like solid, like where I was like standing while you guys were doing your thing were really good. And I'm really happy that the one scene that, you know what I mean,
was that for the stank ass creek scene or for the wood scene?
The one in the woods.
Okay.
Like I got one angle where I'm over your shoulder during that scene, and it's so good. I'm like, oh no!
Yeah, I can't wait to see that. Yeah, so it's 151 gigs of footage that has to get sorted through. That's a lot of footage.
That is a shit ton of footage.
Yeah.
My
but you did
power
great.
armor just fell down.
Oh no!
I don't know why either. I didn't even touch him, but he just like took a nosedive off the desk.
Yeah. Thank you.
I didn't do it. He did it. I didn't even touch him. He's up there. He just nosedived. I don't know why. You can say hi.
I just had empty.
Well, we're live now, so you can say hi in general.
I know.
She doesn't want to.
She came home with so many toys, Hefty.
I know. I have a bunch of cool stuff.
That's exactly what he needed.
I mean, duh.
Imagine my surprise when one showed up in the mail when he wasn't even here.
He was a pre-order. We knew he was coming. There's a difference.
Yo, JJ, give her, as soon as we're done with this,
oh my
give
God,
her
you gotta tell
a
Hefty
big
that
hug.
he was like dead right about
I will do that.
You gotta tell Hefty he was like dead right about the shelves that I ordered.
You were dead right about the shelves. They're all in my room full of Stitch stuff.
It's tough. It's heavy as the head that wears the crown of being right all the time. I'm never wrong.
Sometimes.
I may be mistaken, but,
you're never wrong.
I'm never wrong.
I like that. Can I just say this bad boy was the MVP for me?
Yes.
This is what most of the movie was shot on. With
Yeah.
my phone right in here holding it,
Wow.
this was the MVP.
Mhm.
And it does feel weird that I don't lug this around every day right now. Like it was a part of my hand for a week
I know.
straight.
It was like if it wasn't yours, it'd be my hand. And I'd be like, JJ, hold this. I got to go shoot something. Or you'd be like,
Yep.
Hefty, hold this. I got to shoot something. Or shoot behind the scenes or get this angle, get that angle, you know? Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
it just proves we are a bunch of dicks.
And a bunch of dicks. Can we talk about Sam for just a second and give
Of
this
course we
man
can.
some love that this
Some
guy
flowers?
this dude deserves more than flowers. This dude deserves the whole fucking shaboozle.
No, I agree with that. like you and I have said it. I've said it to Travis. I've said it to Jimmy. I don't think the movie would have came out as well if Sam wasn't there hands
I
on
agree.
with everything.
Sam made the movie. Sam absolutely made the movie.
Like Sam,
I mean, we all made the movie, but
instrumental.
Sam was, he was
instrumental in everything we did, like between effects, props, angles, camera,
blood,
between-
prosthetics, everything, and he was doing it all at once too. It would be like, you'd have the camera in his hand and be like, fuck, we need more blood, or we need this. He'd hand one of us the camera and he'd go do up whatever he needed. He'd come back with a knife piece or some blood or cottage cheese or some fucking shit, where it was
cottage
just
cheese. What do we use that for?
we fed it to the dogs.
That's right, we did feed it to the dogs.
And Tucker, my boy, my little potato Tucker. I'm mad I didn't get any pictures with him and me. I did pick him up, and he didn't whimper once. And he was my little potato. And the only one I seen him do that with was Beanie, so I'll take it.
I am sad that when I go back through my phone and I see all the pictures with like you and Gabby, you and Todd, you and Trav, you and Jimmy, and I'm like, I barely got any pictures with anybody.
I have pictures with you and me.
But that's about
you're
it.
You're in a lot of them, dude. You shooting stuff and doing stuff, yeah, bro. Like we'll trade.
What I have on my phone isn't that much, and I'm like, wait, where was I through all this movie?
You were shooting it, dude. You were shooting it. But I have a lot of pics with you in it. We'll get together,
Thursday.
Yeah, and we'll wipe this ass.
So Black Cat does curl into a ball. Not very good because she's one of the older figures before they started adding more joint pieces. So basically her joints are her hips, her legs, her tummy tuck, and her elbows and her arms. So this is before they start adding the shoulder turn right here. So like she only has certain range of motion. So I can get her arm to do like this and like that, but that's about it. I can't get the full like upper arm turn and anything like that. So she's definitely an older figure, and she'll be a good placeholder until I get an actual Spider-Man the animated series Black Cat. So she'll be a good placeholder for now. And then I'm going to turn her into something else. I don't know what yet, but I see potential. I just don't know what the potential is just yet. And
you know who does? You know who does?
Who?
Coors Indica Banquet Creed TV.
My baby mama.
My baby mama.
And there's her whip in her hand. I know it's
not that's really cool.
I know it's not a really cool pose. You did get whipped.
I got whipped.
And then I got the extra kingpin arm, like I said before, and the extra kingpin cane. So there's both. So now I can add this cane to my kingpin because I don't know where his cane went. I'm assuming one of the cats stole it because that's what they do. So now I have another one to give to him, which is nice. Wow, we have 20 messages from the group chat.
That's cool.
I just saw my phone pop up. Beanie made it to Suicide Rock.
I know. I just hit it. Yeah. And that's a hefty picture. She took the hefty angle too. That's right where I was.
She did. So that's very cool. She's a great kid. I have to say, I kind of adopted her as it's my stepdaughter because she's the same age as Haley. And she just reminded me so much of Haley. And I'm just like, nope, this is my kid now. I have adopted her.
Beanie and I had a similar bonding experience where we walked and talked and kind of vented.
Mm-hmm.
It happened on the same day where, I had gotten a couple of not great calls.
Yeah.
I think it was either the first or the second day of shooting.
I think it was the second day when that happened.
The second day. And we know Beanie was going through it already. And we kind of just, Beanie was like, she came and said, can we walk and talk? And I'm like, fuck yeah, we can. And it was one of those points where I didn't care what we had to shoot and I was in, regalia. So I was like, I don't care what we have to shoot. I was like, I'm fucking yeah, we need this. And it was awesome. So super shout out to Beanie. She was amazing. Yeah. What a wild run, man.
It's funny. I always go back to all the pre-production and shit when we were always trying to figure out who was going to play this character, who's going to play that character. And Jimmy always said, It's gonna work out the way it's gonna work out.
Which, can we get to Delilah on that? I know where you're
Yes.
going with that, but is that
Yep.
where you're going with that?
And that's exactly where I
Because
was going
that
with
was
that.
a cursed role. That was a cursed role. And it ended up being exactly, and again, Gabby's performance,
How it needed to
dude,
be.
yeah, it was. I don't think either one of the other ladies that had the part before her would have lived up anywhere close to Gabby's shit.
And
Like,
that's no offense to them.
No, not at all. But I mean, Gabby bought it, man. And if you can turn my stomach and make my jaw drop, like that's no joke. That's a flex right there.
And what's fun for me about that whole scene is that was all directed by Jimmy. Jimmy directed that whole scene, told us where to move the cameras, what angles to go at. Like, he took my tripod, moved it over, set it up. He goes, film here, JJ. And that's where I filmed the whole time.
Yeah. And
like, everything about that scene was touched by Jimmy in some way or form.
I think everybody's life was touched by Jimmy in some way, shape, or form. I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. JJ, give me a couple minutes. I'll be right back, buddy.
No worries. I'll hold down the fort.
Hell yeah, he does.
I'll hold down the fort. But yeah, so we spent a week out in Arkansas in a small town called Hunt, which is beautiful, amazing, peaceful, quiet. It is by far the most fun I've had in a very long time. It was just from day one when we hit the ground running. There was like nonstop. Like, we got up to hit the plane we left here at like 7 a.m. So we got up at like 4 a.m. to get to the airport on time. We went through checkout, or not through checkout, but through where they check your bags. You go through the scanners, all that bullshit, whatnot. And once we got into Arkansas, we had the best Tenacious D sing along with the director of the movie and writer of the movie, Travis, which was the most fun on the way down to go to the location where we're going to stay, shoot, and everything else. So we drove down that way. It was like an hour and change ride. Fucking great time. Just everyone in the car having a jam session, going to sing, going to laugh. We made jokes the whole time. Then we got to where we were going to be for filming, and we had to set up the tent where a lot of, well, mainly the beginning and the end of the movie takes place in. And it was just, from that point on, like, we were hyper focused into what had to be done, what we had to do, and we ran through it no matter what. I got a fucking sweet tan while I was there. I'm not as pale. Like if I turn on the light, I think it might help. No, I still look pale, but I'm not really that pale anymore. But we spent basically from Saturday afternoon at like 1 o'clock their time till Friday morning-ish in the sun. Like, we would just be in the sun between 12 to 20 hours a day. That's all we did. Because all we did was film the entire time we were there. And then the short times we did have for downtime before we went to sleep, we'd have a few drinks, have a few laughs, do a little bit more music and sing-alongs. Like, it was everything you could have asked for a really fun time filming a movie with your friends that you're just as passionate about as they are. Like, everything about this, like, we were hooked on it from when the idea was brought to us last October to do this. And that's all basically from October until this past week. Any free time we had, any downtime we had, anything like that was either with phone calls, it's Discord, script readings, script rewrites, gonna pitch the idea for this, gonna ask the idea for that. Like, what do you guys think about this? What do we think about that? Like, it was a constant give and take between me, Hefty, Jimmy, and Travis. And I'm not trying to hype up me and Hefty in any way. Like, this is our movie. We had any part to do with it. But the parts that we did have in it makes it feel more like our movie. Like, the fact that between me and Sam, we filmed about 90% of this together. That it feels like a part of me. Like, I put a lot of my time, effort into what I was doing behind the camera as much as I did in the times I was in front of the camera for the movie. And it's probably one of the most exciting, humbling, grateful feelings I'll ever have in my life that I got to be included into something like this. Like, just to be even an afterthought in this movie was blew my mind because it's something I've wanted to do since I was, tiny. And to be in it and actually be on both sides of the camera, seeing what work it takes to film it from behind the camera, what work it takes to film it from in front of the camera, and pitch your ideas to this person. What about this shot? What about this? Is this angle? What about this sound? What about that? Like, there was just so many moving parts in it on a daily basis. It was the fastest week of my life. Like, I feel like I barely left, and I came back Friday night, and so did Sam and Hefty. And it's Sunday now, and it in the back of my head, I'm still like, I get up in the morning now, I'm like, I can't go sit outside in front of everyone and just chat for an hour before we film. Like, that's the weird part for me, is getting used to not being able just to walk out the front door, go sit in the chair, drink a cold water or a Gatorade or whatnot, and just chill with the boys, have a good laugh, jam to some tunes before we film.
And if you want to, I hate to interrupt you.
No,
but
you're
if you
fine.
want to get a little bit gross with it, I think one of the other major unsung heroes of the shoot was the bathroom. That poor shower had so many. Oh, hey, what's up, baby? What's going on?
What's up, Chantel?
Hell yeah. I would have sent you a thing. I figured you were sleeping, babe, but hell yeah, it's nice to see you, pumpkin. I love you.
Aw, you're so cute. I want to boop your nose.
Boop. Yeah, that happened on the live.
The group boop was adorable.
The group boop was. But yeah, no, the shower and the toilet, I think, were the ones that were
the unsung heroes of the show.
Dude, I remember getting out of the shower, and it wasn't even from me. It was from, I don't know whose shot. It could have been anybody's, but there was like blood going down the side of the tub on the outside. And I was like,
we filmed a kids movie. It was a family movie.
Well, there are kids in it. But yeah, there was blood everywhere.
Just yelled the hell it was.
There was there was blood everywhere, man. I have blood on the inside of my backpack. You know, this is my shirt from the shoot.
Hey, Lone Star's Lounge, welcome back. It's nice to have you back.
Star, what's going on? That's awesome. We got a lot of cool people here tonight. I'll take this. JJ, if you had noticed, your the rap party shoot has like 120 something views. So that's right up there. You and us both. Yeah, look back when we're done with this. Go and look at it.
I'll have to go look at that. I didn't know
Lone Star. Yeah, we can't wait either. We're actually, so now it's in Jimmy's hands and Sam's hands, because they're going to be Sam scoring the movie. Jimmy and Sam, and I believe we have another editor. I'm not sure exactly who it is that has offered their talents to edit this. And I'm drawing a blank right now, so I do apologize if I can't remember who it is.
Well, it's someone that Jimmy knows. I don't remember who. But I think they were actually on the live when we did the live on Thursday.
And the support for this has been amazing, overwhelmingly amazing. Everybody has been so sweet and so supportive and so nice. About this. We can't thank you guys enough. You know,
just today alone, you had a long chat with my ex-boss about the movie.
I did, which was really weird. I also reached out to, and if you go on Facebook and you search Firehouse Mustache Wax, that is
I saw that. That was fucking cool.
I am featured on there because I've been in contact with them because they make an amazing product and they make the mustache wax that I use to get this beautiful thing going.
It is beautiful.
Yeah, Jimmy and Groovy are amazing people. Lone Star, they're amazing individuals.
They're good people.
And that's underselling it.
Like, so to speak about them before I show the toy, just unbox.
Yes,
quick.
No, please. Yes.
So we've only known Travis and Jimmy through this screen. Like, this is our extent of our knowledge from them.
Yeah, they were first YouTubers we met in real life. Yeah.
But it will always stick with me. The reason they reached out to us because we seem the most real and most authentic on YouTube. Like, we weren't trying to just sell a product. We weren't trying to sell ourselves. We were just being ourselves. And that's one of the things I love about my show, because it is 100% what you see
Us,
is what you
yeah.
get from both of us. Like, it
I
may
remember-
be amped up a tiny bit more than like when we're not on camera, but how we act here is how we acted all week there, is how we
Yeah.
act every time we see each other. Like, we make these jokes and stuff like that. Like, that's
yep,
just
it's
who we are.
didn't count, but yes, I get
Yep.
you. You,
But,
although
like,
you
that's-
did get me from the grocery store today, damn
I
it.
did get you from the grocery store, and I got you from the plane. Like,
I
4
know, like
times.
5 times. I'm like,
I owe you for like a week's worth
no,
of that.
that's fair,
So
that's fair.
just be alarmed.
That's fair.
But like, I had in my head a pre
notion
of what they would be like, and then when we got off the plane and there was Travis waiting for us downstairs, and he was just
With
like, "My
arms
boys,"
wide
and he was just
open.
like super pumped to see us. And the moment he gave me that hug, I'm like, "Oh, we're gonna be friends for life." This dude is like, he's my boy. Like, I love Travis. I love Jimmy.
Yeah,
they are
yep.
such good people. Like,
Marcel and Amber.
he may come
like,
off as a dick. He may
Beanie.
be kind of aggressive, but Travis 100% is a legit good human being. Like,
He
he's
really
got a
is,
big
yeah.
heart. He cares about people. Like, one of my favorite things that I saw through this whole movie is when his daughter signed the gun that was used in the movie, and he just put his arm around her. He gave her a kiss on the head, and just the look that he had, how proud he was that she was in this movie with us, that she signed the gun that is going to be behind him the next time we do a show together.
Yeah.
Like, that was one of my favorite moments with Travis, because you don't see Travis break Travis, which is weird.
That's fair. Yeah, you don't see him break character often.
Yeah, like, Travis is Travis.
Yeah.
Like, regardless of
Yeah.
what we're doing, he's always Travis.
Well, I think that's a perfect way to put it, is breaking Travis.
Mhm.
Because you get those a little emotional and, like, you know, very less guarded and more sensitive and enduring moments
Which
with him.
I think he needs to do that more, because it makes him more.
Nah. He wouldn't be Travis otherwise.
No, he would still be Travis. I don't mean like a lot more, but like, he wears his heart on his sleeve a lot more than
does,
he likes
yeah.
to admit. Like, Travis is more sensitive and caring than he acts. Like,
That was
by
funny.
far was one of my favorite things to like be. It's just hang out with Travis, just talk with Travis, because like, him and I are like about the exact same age. He's like, what, a year older than me?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
just the contrast of who I am and who he is. No,
Yeah.
you would think we'd be like this and that, but we found that ground
Yeah.
in between, and we mesh so well together. And with Jimmy, I look at him as an older brother. He's wise, he's caring, he's sensitive.
It's
he cares
very
about
generous.
everyone's
generous.
feelings.
Yes.
Like, he's just a really wonderful person. And
How
then
many
his
times
wife,
did he make
Marcel.
me cry on set?
Are we counting the time we don't speak of?
Yeah, no, we'll count that in too. But I mean, just
Well,
like
I'd say like 10.
the Odyssey videos, you know what I mean?
I'd say like 10 times at least you got emotional with your talks with Jimmy.
Yeah, and it was awesome. It was just and speaking of which, I remember when he introduced us to his grandkids.
Oh, they are
And
so
he
sweet.
basically, they are very sweet. But in specific, he was like, "Yeah, these are JJ and Hefty." He's like, "These are the two nicest YouTubers you're ever gonna meet," and that's how he like, introduced us. And that was that. I was over the moon with that. I was, and that was another thing that everybody and Beanie too. One of the nicest compliments I got from Beanie was after our little walk and talk, and she just, we got done hugging it out, and she just looks up. She was like, I knew as soon as I saw you, she was like, that you were just going to be a giant teddy bear. I get that all the time.
She was right.
And she was, and it was funny. I was like, don't tell anybody. And I was like, go ahead, tell everybody who's gonna believe you. But that meant a lot to me, because that's what, if you know Beanie, that's one of the best compliments you can give anybody.
So you and I both got friendship bracelets from Beanie before we left the show. And today I texted her because I love the fact that mine says Chain on it.
Yes.
So I sent her the song from Fleetwood Mac, The Chain. And she texted me right back. She's like, I love that song. And I was like, when I see this, that's what my brain goes to every time.
Kindred
because I feel like that's kind of like what the entire shoot was.
Yeah, it was. It
like
absolutely
in a weird
was.
way, like we all became a small knit family without realizing we were going to become a family.
And that's one of the things too that I'll never, I learned there was a lot of life lessons that I took out of
Maybe.
that I took out of the whole experience.
Look what your cat just did to me.
Daenerys or Selena?
Daenerys.
What'd you do?
I didn't do anything. I'm sitting on the floor. She was asleep
Sorry.
in the hammock. And Lou was playing with a straw.
Uh-huh.
And it fell on her. And it scared her. So she sprung out of the hammock. When I say she bounced off the wall in front of my bookcase.
Is that thump I heard?
Yeah, and then she hit me. Clawed me because then she like projected herself off of me to get onto the floor.
Damn.
And that's what happened.
I'm sorry.
So no, I'm out of your cat. Get your own beer.
Oh.
I got it.
So my cat just like scratched Danielle from like right about here, like down to here.
Oof.
Like it's like a good solid 6-7 inches.
Jeez. I wish I knew what that was like.
Maybe one day you'll find out when you become a big boy.
What?
What 6-7 inches looks like. See?
Oh wow! Look at that!
Wait.
Look at that! Oh yeah!
This way. There you go. Yeah, that's what my cat just did to her because she got scared.
Beat that pussy up. Wait, what? Yeah, nice shirt. Hell yeah!
And there is a stitch in the movie. You'll have to look out for it, but there is a stitch in the movie.
There's a lot of Easter eggs in the movie. There's a lot of Easter eggs in the movie.
I think that's one of my favorite things, that there's a lot of us in the movie without being in the movie. Speaking of those scenes with the stitch in it, I rewatched a few of those shots that aren't going to make it in the movie. Dude, you crack me up every fucking time. Look at me, I'm a fucking amazing.
That was the first one that was like multiple takes.
I was dying.
Yep.
That was the one that took the most takes, I think, out of any scene was me with the first one, and it was so weird because it was at Jimmy's. Well, it was at Jimmy's, and she was a sweetheart woman. She was, and Jimmy's sister. They were both wonderful women. His 84-year-old mother, and his sister, and we were shooting at their house, and I'm fucking, I'm me. They don't know me from Adam, no pun intended, but I'm knocking shit off the walls, and I'm like, I'm a fucking redneck, you, and I'm like, I'm in these people's house that I don't know, and they're from here, and I'm doing all this, and I try to be as polite as I can.
Of course, yeah.
And I try to be as conscious of other people's feelings as I can be, and stuff like that. And here I'm like coming out of my face and these people else. So it took a lot. Yeah, it was like 8 or 9 takes that shot took. But
that one. So the one scene that we're talking about between me and Hefty took 8 takes to get down correctly. That is the most takes it took anyone else in the movie. Most of it is 1 take to 3 takes. Yours and I, because our chemistry is so good together. Like, I cannot laugh when you say stupid shit. Like, when I say stupid shit and you start laughing, it works the same way. It took us 8 fucking takes to get it right. And I still look at it. I'm like, we could have done one more and maybe got it a little bit better.
Yeah.
But I think that's what's going to make those scenes that much more impactful, because you can feel our friendship through the screen. Like, it's not like you're acting to be my friend, I'm acting to be your friend. Like, you can generally feel
it's you being you and me.
Like, the friendship that we have.
Even like the coming in the walkway. And it's not spoiling anything because you have no idea. Because people out there that weren't there have no idea. But the one we were coming in to the house, and that little banter, the back and forth dialogue between you and I was just very what you and I would do.
And I will have to say, a lot of the scenes you and I shot were 100% improv. Like, I would pitch you the idea before we did it, and we would just run into it. Like, the last day of shooting, our last scene together before everything hit the fan. Like, the whole, like, we got where we had to sit. I told you my idea for the shoot or the scene, and we just ran with it. There was no prep time. Like, it's a one-shot scene. There's no other version of it. Like, that's the scene you're gonna see in the movie, is a 1-take shot with him and I just going back back and forth the
Nice.
same way we do now.
Nice. That was
Weirdly
good.
enough, for a week I didn't fucking do that.
I love
For
when
a
no,
week,
you
I
did,
did
and
not
I love when
do that.
I love when Sam, you did it infrequently, but you did it, and I love when Sam was like, "That was a good one." I'm like,
That was good. Like he learns real quick to go with it.
yeah. But it was absolutely amazing. So we've talked to death about this right now. There's plenty of time for this before the movie comes out. Let's see. Are we on the last toy now, or
We have 2 left. I have one out of the
so we're
box.
the penultimate? Okay, let's go. Let's fucking go.
This is Blink. Like I said, one of my favorite X-Men characters. She makes these cute little portals. She can pop in and out. So you can still see what's behind her while she's on this side of the portal. So like if she's here and this is open behind her, you can see where she came out of or whatnot. And she's just, I don't know, like she's green, she's purple. It's like 2 of my favorite things in the world. And it's one of my favorite characters. If you've seen X-Men Days of Future Past, like the scenes with her in it, you'll understand why I like this character so much. She's just a really cool character with really interesting powers. And Danielle's watching her show. You're fine. So, last but not least, is
there it is
from Street Fighter, because my love of these Jada toys, like I really think all their toy companies should take a fucking note out of the books that these guys are making for their toy figures, because they are on the spot perfect. Like the joints are perfect, the sculpts are perfect, the motions are perfect. They have become one of my favorite toy lines that I've been collecting, like all together. And I've been collecting a lot of toys. Like if you look over here, all Mattel Pro Wrestlers.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Sam was so touched by your Frankenstein gift too.
Was he really?
It was, yeah. So it was when it was me and Sam in there, and we were around the Pac-Man arcade cabinet, and he was like, "Dude," he was like, "I had no idea this was going to be like gift giving and stuff. He's like, otherwise I would have bought shit for everybody." He was very, very touched by the Frankenstein gift. He was very touched.
It's it's
for
weird,
the record, just for the record.
No, you're good. Until the shoot, I really didn't know a lot about Sam. Like my knowledge of Sam is whatever the one time I met him and everything you've ever told me about Sam. And like I said, I never finished getting the rest of that line. And I was like, I probably never will. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. And I was like, I know a guy who's going to appreciate the fuck out of this, because just from spending a week with Sam and I could be best friends forever, just like you and I. Like his love of movies, the camera angles, like all the different things in movies is why I love Sam. Like I bonded with Sam instantly when we got talking about movies, or when I'd have the camera out and I'd be like, "Hey Sam, come take a quick peek. Get this angle. Is this good? Should I move here?" And he'd look at it and he'd either go up or down with the camera, or he'd tell me to go to the left a little bit or to the right, and he'd get it framed up. He goes, "There you go, you got it." And some of the scenes I shot with just my phone, I didn't ask him for it. There was times he'd pat me on the back and be like, "That's a good fucking shot." And that made me feel so good, because Sam is one of those people that I feel like for the first time in his life, he was living his element. Like Sam's element is in movies.
And when I talked to Vika, his fiance, she told me exactly the same thing.
Like it just made me so happy to like actually meet Sam and get to know him and be like there with him. Like Sam is a hugely good person, and it made me feel really well, or not really well, but really good to like be able to like talk with someone who felt the same way about these kind of things that I do and whatnot. And I know that doesn't make sense to you guys because you weren't there, but like it's one of those things, like when you meet someone who's a kindred spirit of yourself, it's very rare that you can connect on that level. And Sam is one of those people where I'm like, I would hang out with that dude every day if I could.
Yeah, agreed.
The All right, buddy. Same way with you.
Well, I love you to death too, and I was glad. This is the most time we've spent together with 2 of my best friends, like you and Sam. It's the most in my life that I've known you guys. It's the most time I've ever spent around you. So that's awesome. Let's move to Arkansas. What? So let's get this last one going here.
Well, got to do the ball test, and Sagat curls up in a really good ball.
Oh yeah,
and he looks fucking amazing. Like I think I'm gonna put him against Captain America, because I'm just kind of like sitting him on my chest while we're doing this. And this is the pose I think he's going to be stuck in, is right here. Like, he's set to fuck you up. Like, he's tall, he's lanky, but he's super fluent. He's very easy to adjust. And they finally added the toe hinges. I love toe hinges. All action figures should have toy hinges. I'm
that's
sorry.
awesome.
They should all have toy hinges. Whether they're in boots, barefoot, they should all have toy hinges because that adds that extra element. Like, when you're going to kick someone, you're not going to go flat foot and take the risk of breaking your toes. You're going to curl that shit back and boot someone in the chest, which if after you watch This is Sparta, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like, you don't keep those toes flat. You curl them in so you don't shatter your toes. But he is very hefty and very well sculpted.
Hefty-esque. Otherwise, you owe me royalties. Yes. Yeah.
So the scar on his chest is like indented in it. Like, you can feel the difference between like his actual chest and the scar has its own feeling. And like I said, these Street Fighter figures are right now my new favorite line. Like, I pre-order them the moment I know they're free to like pre-order, just because they are so well done and so well put together. And I don't show them enough love. Like I said, I can adjust the camera real quick. Hold on. And you can see behind my head, I have so far the whole line that has come out behind me. And they are so well done, so well put together, so easy to move around and pose. By far, 10 out of 10, everyone I've ever unboxed. I've never had to re-soak them, or readjust them. Like, they come out the box set to like pose, play with, whatever. And it makes me like that much more love them because they're so well done.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, and like I said again, great sculpt on that one. And you were sweet enough to give me a couple of figures from the Street Fighter line. And yeah, dude, even just the packaging and like the extra stuff that comes with it. Oh, dude, chef's kiss, bro.
Actually, let me package this part back. So I haven't made a shelf for them yet. So my Street Fighters are still in the boxes that they come in, just without the plastic, where I can pose them as I want or whatnot. So if I can squeeze this shut real quick. This is the Sagat box. So it's got the backdrop of how he would look like in Street Fighter with the controller buttons in the front, the name. And so he'll basically go in here and get mounted on the wall like this.
Until I get cool. Yeah.
Until I get a shelf for them. This is the way I'm displaying them, but I may never put them on their own shelf because I like the box. I like that it says 1 player, 2 player, whatnot. Like, these are really cool. Like, the way that the boxes are made, the way these are made, like 10 out of 10 for all of them. And I did get a pop from Danielle, who doesn't have space for it anymore. So I do have Raj Kuthrapali from Big Bang Theory in his Aquaman costume, which I have to find a home for him. I don't know where I'm going to put him yet, but I did get this from her because she's been rearranging her pops in her bookcase. So I have a new pop to figure out a home for.
That's awesome.
He'll stay in the box because I don't normally take these out. I do with some of them if like the box gets ruined or whatnot, but other than that, most of them stay in the box.
Fair enough. I think that was a good review, man. You got some good pickups.
I got some good eggs in that. So I'm going to ask you this because I've been racking my brain on it.
Sure.
If there was one scene you could redo without giving any spoilers or anything, is there a scene you wish we could reshoot, a scene we could retake or readjust or make a little bit longer? Is there anything about this movie that you would change that we did?
Oh, so I have a question about a scene.
No.
Since you guys talking about scenes.
Go on.
Tip your head in the camera.
So what? So why?
You're gonna get closer. There you
go. Why was like your deaths?
No spoilers. Why was your scene?
Why was your scene filmed where it was? I feel like it could have been filmed.
It was context to the story.
Yeah,
it was
continuity.
Filmed. Yeah, it's from
because that's what I like thought. Like it was gonna be filmed like.
No, it was
not
story.
Like
it was story based. Story based.
So it's how the story progresses. Like, it had to happen where it happened.
Oh, okay. Because like just like being like
Yeah,
in the know.
I know it's
of
tough not
everything,
doing
like,
spoilers. I know. It was it needed to be there for the scene. Oh,
you go.
here, hold on. So yeah, it was for story continuity. It was for story continuity, and everything just it had to be filmed where it was, because his scene takes place before mine does, and in a different context in the movie. So it's
Okay.
yeah, so it was all shot out of sequence, but once it's all put together, it'll make sense.
Okay. Because I pictured it
Yeah, it was
like
we all
differently in my head, only because you know
yes,
you
yes,
guys know me, like I'm a horror
yes,
buff.
yes.
So, like I picked like not that it's a great scene.
Yes.
It's
yes.
The spotting was weird, but then like you said, it was filmed out of sequence, so I was seeing
so it'll make sense when it's all put together.
all put together, yes.
I promise it'll make sense. And I love you, sweetie. It's good to see you. I can't wait to see you on Thursday or whenever I see you next.
He said he loves you, sweetie. He can't wait to see you on Thursday whenever he sees you next.
Mwah. Probably not Thursday. It's gonna be a busy week.
That's fair.
Well, she's already decided that on the next shoot she's gonna come along. So
hell yeah.
He said, "Hell yeah."
Yay.
So we'll have more extras for scenes.
Yes.
And more judgmental people.
Oh, stop. All right, I'm gonna get up out of here. JJ,
Not judgmental, but
I got you. Well, on that note, we just hit a bit over an hour. So I'll let everyone go enjoy the rest of their Sunday. We'll see you guys here Thursday, where we will take the next few days to actually fully like soak in all of this. Like, this is still really new to us. Like, we've only been home for what, a day and a half now at this point.
Well.
So we'll like talk about something else, not just the movie, which is going to be hard because in my brain that's all I keep thinking about, and I want it to be October because I want to see the fucking movie.
Yes.
And I'm really excited, and I want to see a trailer.
Yes.
I want to tell people about it. Like, I want to scream from a fucking mountaintop right now, and it's hard because right now, other than the scenes I have still on my phone, that's the only bit of the movie that I still have.
Yeah.
Like, I can look at it what I want. I'm like, oh, this is going to be so fucking good. And it gets me more excited for the movie. Gets me more pumped for the behind the scenes, the bloopers, all the fucks, all the goddams, all the chomp one. Uh-oh, daddios. The girls are fighting. Like, all of this is just been the most life-changing experience for me and Hefty. Like, I'm assuming I speak for you when I say this, but this has been one of those moments in our life where we can be like, I filmed a movie with my best friend and two of our best friends and another one of our friends, and we made more friends along the way. So when I say like we made a close-knit family, the best way I can explain this to anyone is look at it like an Adam Sandler movie. Anytime he films a movie, he brings his friends on location. They film the movie. They have the best time. They have fun and they crush it. And that's what we did. But we did it in 4 fucking days. We filmed an entire movie in 4 fucking days. Like, it blows my mind how much we got done in the first 2 days. And then the third day and the fourth day, like, the end of the fourth day, we started filming on the fourth day at like 10 in the morning. I didn't crawl into bed till 7 o'clock Thursday morning. So when we did our live show Thursday, I got like 4 or 5 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
And then we went live, and then we had the rap party. And we just, I don't know, like, I cannot express enough how grateful and humbled I am to be a part of any of this. To even be thought about being a part of any of this blew my mind, because it's something I've always wanted to do, but it wasn't a thing that I ever thought would actually happen. And then now that it happened and we lived through that whole week-long experience, You and I got to hang out for a week, which I think made our friendship that much more better. Like now that we got to like just be around each other every day, I'm like, this dude over here is my best motherfucking friend. Like there's nobody else I would have wanted to go through this with other than this man over here. Like just being with him, getting to laugh about it, getting to take pictures together, getting to just joke about things like we forgot to bring the ender blocks on the plane. Like all these things just make it so much better. And I am eternally grateful to you, to
Yes.
Sam, to Jimmy,
Yes.
to Travis, to Marcelo, to Amber, to Gabby,
Everybody.
to Todd, to Beanie, to Cindy, to everyone involved in this movie. Like I am 100% at your debt the rest of my life. Because this is
I back you up on that, man.
a life
100%.
experience that neither one of us thought we would ever get, and we got to do it together, which makes it that much more better.
It does. It really does, man.
Is that good English? That
it was
much more
perfect. JJ,
Are you sure?
Perfect.
Are you sure that's good English? Doesn't sound like good English.
That was perfect, brother.
And who knows? Maybe the next time you see me, I'll shave my head and I'll be bald.
I love you too, buddy.
On that note, go out there and be kind to people, because being kind to people is just the right thing to do. And you just never know if your kindness is going to change somebody's day and make their life that much better. And it's free. It's easy to do. Just be nice to people, because like I said, when we did this show on Thursday, when the whole cast was behind us, this could be your everyday life just by being nice to people, because it doesn't take much. Just go out there and do nice things for people, because nobody else will. And I stole that from you.
I'm glad that I inspired somebody.
You always do, sir. You always inspire me.
Mi corazón.
Well,
anyway, love you guys. Catch you guys on Thursday.
Sunday. Exactly. And Tom and Amy are still on holiday, so we won't be back on Paranormal for what, another 2 weeks?
Yeah. Oh shit, that's right, isn't it?
Yeah. So
well, we'll do a show in between then and stuff, but yeah, it won't be back.
Yeah, there's no Friday shows until they come back. But on that note, like I said, just go out there and be kind to people. It's real simple, real easy, and it's the right thing to fucking do to people, because the world is a really shitty and dark place nowadays, and being kind to people is easy. Just do it. It's that simple. Just be nice. Well, on that note, do you have anything else to add, my friend?
I love you, and thank you for everybody for the support and the love for this movie. And I wouldn't have wanted to do this with anybody else.
Well, in the best words I can think of, sit the fuck down and keep the faith. Have a good night, motherfuckers.